The power of change. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to live extraordinary lives while others stay stuck in the same routines year after year? What's the difference between those who dream and those who achieve? The answer lies not in luck or talent, but in one simple truth: change. Real, lasting transformation begins the moment you decide that your current reality doesn't define your future. And today, you're about to discover 10 powerful ways to dramatically improve your life. But here's the deal. This isn't just another list. By the end of this video, if you stick with me until the very last word, I'll reveal a hidden gem, a secret reward waiting for you. Something so valuable, it might just become the spark you've been searching for. Let's start by understanding something profound. We all have untapped potential within us. Every single person watching this right now has dreams they haven't pursued, goals they've shelved, or ideas they've silenced because now isn't the right time. But deep down, you know. You're capable of more. Human beings are wired for growth. Our brains crave progress, our hearts long for fulfillment, and our souls seek purpose. Yet too often we settle. Why? Because change feels uncomfortable. Growth requires effort. And stepping out of your comfort zone can feel like standing on the edge of a cliff, staring into the unknown. But let me tell you something. Every great thing you've ever wanted lies on the other side of fear. Think about it. When was the last time you truly challenged yourself? When did you push past doubt and take action toward what matters most? If you're hesitating, don't worry. You're not alone. Most people spend their entire lives waiting for the perfect moment, the ideal circumstances, or someone else to give them permission to start. But here's the brutal truth. No one is coming to save you. No magic wand will appear. Your destiny is in your hands, and the only way forward is through action. Small, consistent steps compound over time, creating results far beyond what you could imagine. But before we dive deeper, let's address something critical. Change doesn't happen overnight. It's not a lightning bolt moment where everything suddenly falls into place. Instead, it's a process, a journey fueled by tiny decisions made daily. This is where psychology comes into play. Studies show that humans are creatures of habit. We thrive on patterns, rituals, and routines. That's why even minor shifts in behavior can lead to monumental outcome. Imagine planting a seed. At first, nothing seems to happen. But beneath the surface, roots grow, branches stretch, and eventually a tree emerges, a symbol of strength, resilience, and beauty. Your life works the same way. Each step you take plants a new seed, building momentum toward the life you deserve. So, why am I telling you all this? Because I want you to understand the power you hold. You are not defined by your past mistakes, your current struggles, or the labels others have placed on you. You are limitless. Every challenge you face is shaping you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. Every failure teaches you lessons money can't buy. Every success, no matter how small, proves that you're capable of achieving greatness. The key is to believe in yourself enough to take that first step. And guess what? You're already doing that simply by being here, listening, and opening your mind to possibility. Now, as we move forward, keep this thought close to your heart. You are the architect of your life. Everything you experience, the highs, the lows, the victories, the setbacks, is shaped by the choices you make. So ask yourself, what kind of life do you want to build? Are you ready to embrace discomfort, challenge old beliefs, and rewrite your story? If the answer is yes, then buckle up. Over the next few minutes, we're going to uncover 10 transformative strategies designed to help you break free from mediocrity and create the extraordinary life you were born to live. Remember, there's a special reward waiting for you at the end of this video, something crafted specifically to inspire and motivate you further. So stay tuned, stay focused, and prepare to unlock the best version of yourself. Let's begin why most people stay stuck. Now, let's talk about something that might hit a little too close to home. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to drift through life, doing the same things day after day, yet they never quite get where they want to be? They dream of success, happiness, and freedom, but somehow those dreams stay just out of reach. What's holding them back? The answer lies in one word: Comfort. Human beings are wired to seek safety and stability. It's a survival instinct buried deep within us. But here's the catch. What keeps us safe also keeps us small. Think about it. When was the last time you avoided taking a risk because it felt easier to stay where you were? Maybe you turned down an opportunity because it seemed too hard, or stayed silent instead of speaking up for yourself. These moments may feel insignificant at the time, but over weeks, months, and years they add up. Each decision to play it safe reinforces the walls around your potential, and before long you find yourself trapped not by circumstances, but by choice. Yes, choice. Because staying stuck is always a decision, whether conscious or not. Here's the psychological truth. Fear drives most of our actions. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of losing what little security we've built. But here's the irony. Staying stuck doesn't protect you. It only prolongs the pain. Every excuse you make, every reason you give for why now isn't the right time is just a way of keeping yourself locked inside a cage of your own design. And deep down, you know it. That nagging voice in the back of your mind, it's telling you there's more out there, more joy, more purpose, more fulfillment. But until you confront the fears holding you hostage, that voice will remain nothing more than background noise. But here's the good news. Awareness is power. Simply recognizing this pattern is the first step toward breaking free. You see, the problem isn't the fear itself, it's what you do with it. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting in spite of it. Some of the greatest achievements in history were born from people who felt terrified but moved forward anyway. They didn't wait for confidence to show up, they created it through action. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. Brick by brick, step by step, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you ever imagined. So how does this apply to your life right now? Look around. Are you surrounded by routines that no longer serve you? Do you cling to habits or relationships because they're familiar, even though they drain your energy? If so, it's time to ask yourself a tough question. Are you living for growth or are you living for comfort? Because you can't have both, at least not at the same time. Growth demands discomfort. It requires you to leave behind what's easy and embrace what's challenging. But on the other side of that challenge lies everything you've been searching for. The reality is, no one achieves greatness by standing still. Life rewards movement, effort, and resilience. So if you're feeling stuck, don't waste another moment blaming external factors. The economy, your upbringing, bad luck, none of that matters anymore. What matters is the power you hold right now to change your trajectory. The past doesn't define you, your choices today do. And when you take ownership of those choices, you reclaim control over your destiny. Remember, transformation begins with a single decision, a decision to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating it, a decision to trade excuses for action, a decision to rise above fear and step into the unknown. Because the truth is, the life you've always wanted is closer than you think. All it takes is the courage to move toward it, one bold step at a time. Master your mindset now. Let's dive into the foundation of everything you'll achieve in life, your mindset. Think about it. What's the first thing that happens when you wake up? Before you even get out of bed, your thoughts begin to shape your day. Are they empowering or limiting? Do they lift you up or hold you back? The truth is, your mindset acts as the lens through which you see the world. And if that lens is clouded with doubt, fear, or negativity, no amount of effort will bring you the results you crave. Your mind is powerful, more powerful than you might realize. Studies show that the average person has around 60,000 thoughts every single day. But here's the kicker. Nearly 80% of those thoughts are repetitive, and many of them are negative. Imagine carrying that weight around with you daily. It's like trying to run a marathon while dragging an anchor behind you. No wonder so many people feel stuck. The good news? You have the ability to rewrite the script playing in your head. You can choose to focus on possibilities instead of problems, on solutions instead of setbacks. Let's break this down further. When you approach life with a growth mindset, challenges become opportunities, obstacles transform into lessons. Every failure becomes feedback, a stepping stone toward success. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but it starts with awareness. Start paying attention to your inner dialogue. What are you telling yourself when things go wrong? Are you saying, "I'll never be good enough"? Or are you reminding yourself this is part of the process? The words you use matter because they shape how you feel, and how you feel dictates how you act. Positive self-talk fuels progress. Negative self-talk keeps you trapped. But mastering your mindset isn't just about thinking happy thoughts. It's about training your brain to work for you instead of against you. One of the most effective ways to do this is through visualization. Close your eyes and picture the life you want. See it clearly, the details, the emotions, the outcomes. Why does this work? Because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. When you visualize success consistently, your brain begins to believe it's possible. And once you believe it, you start behaving like it. Suddenly, actions that once felt impossible become natural, almost effortless. Another game-changing tool is reframing. Life will throw curveballs. That's inevitable. But it's not the events themselves that determine your happiness or success. It's how you interpret them. Let's say you didn't get the promotion you worked so hard for. A fixed mindset might label this as failure. A growth mindset, however, sees it as redirection. Maybe this setback is pushing you towards something even better, something you couldn't have foreseen. Reframing allows you to take control of the narrative, turning adversity into advantage. Remember, your mindset is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. Surround yourself with positivity. Feed your mind with books, podcasts, and ideas that inspire you. Spend time with people who challenge you to grow, not shrink. Protect your energy from toxic influences that drain your spirit. This isn't selfish, it's necessary. You can't pour from an empty cup, and nurturing your mental health is the key to unlocking your full potential. Here's the bottom line. You have two choices. You can let your mindset dictate your life, or you can take charge of your mindset and dictate your life. Which will you choose? Because the moment you decide to master your thoughts, you unlock a level of power that few ever tap into. You stop being a victim of circumstance and start becoming the architect of your reality. So ask yourself, what story are you telling yourself today? Is it one of limitation or liberation? The choice is yours, and it's the most important decision you'll make. And remember, this is just the beginning. As we continue, keep this truth close to your heart. The way you think determines the way you live. Change your mindset, and you change your world. Take ownership of your life now. Let's talk about one of the most empowering truths you'll ever encounter. You are the captain of your ship. Every decision you make, every action you take, or don't take, shapes the direction of your life. Yet so many people live as passengers, waiting for someone or something to guide them to their destination. They blame circumstances, other people, or even fate for where they find themselves. But here's the raw reality. No one is coming to save you. The life you want won't magically appear unless you step up and claim it. Taking ownership isn't just a concept, it's a mindset shift that changes everything. When you own your life, you stop giving away your power. You stop making excuses like, I didn't have the resources, it wasn't the right time, or that's just how things are. Instead, you start asking yourself, what can I do differently? Owning your life means accepting full responsibility, not just for your successes, but also for your struggles. It's not always easy, but it's liberating. Because when you realize that you hold the pen to your story, you stop feeling like a victim and start acting like a creator. Think about the moments in your life when you felt truly proud of yourself. Chances are, those victories came from effort, determination, and choices you made. Maybe you worked late on a project, pushed through self-doubt, or stood up for what you believed in. Those wins weren't handed to you, they were earned. And guess what? That same principle applies to every area of your life. Whether it's your career, relationships, health, or personal growth, the results you see reflect the energy you've invested. If you're not happy with where you are, ask yourself, what role did I play in getting here? And more importantly, what role will I play in changing it? Here's why ownership is so transformative. It puts you in control. When you take responsibility for your actions, you eliminate the need to wait for permission or validation from others. You become unstoppable because you understand that no external factor determines your worth or potential. Sure, there will be obstacles along the way, setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. But none of those things define you unless you allow them to. What defines you is how you respond. Do you crumble under pressure or do you rise stronger? Taking ownership means choosing resilience over resignation every single time. Let's get practical for a moment. How do you start owning your life today? Begin by examining your habits. Are they moving you closer to your goals, or are they keeping you stuck? Small, consistent actions compound over time. Start showing up even when it's hard, even when you don't feel motivated. Discipline beats motivation every day of the week. And remember, perfection isn't the goal. Progress is. Celebrate the tiny wins because they add up to massive change. Another powerful aspect of ownership is learning to say no. This might sound simple, but it's one of the hardest lessons to master. Saying yes to everything dilutes your focus and drains your energy. By setting boundaries and prioritizing what truly matters, you reclaim your time and attention. You give yourself space to focus on the things that align with your vision. Saying no doesn't mean you're selfish, it means you're intentional. And intentionality is the hallmark of someone who owns their life. Ultimately, taking ownership is about freedom. Freedom from blame, freedom from fear, and freedom from limitation. When you embrace this mindset, you unlock a level of confidence that nothing can shake. You begin to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to prove your strength. You start living with purpose instead of drifting through life. And slowly but surely, you build a future that reflects the best version of yourself. So ask yourself this: are you ready to take the reins? Are you willing to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating it? Because the truth is, the only person standing between you and the life you desire is you. Step into your power, own your choices, shape your destiny. This is your moment to rise, and trust me, the world is waiting for what you have to offer. Set clear, bold goals now that you've taken ownership of your life. It's time to focus on the roadmap that will guide you forward. Setting clear, bold goals. Without a destination in mind, how can you possibly know which path to take? Many people wander through life without direction, hoping they'll stumble upon success or happiness by chance. But hope is not a strategy, and aimless effort rarely leads to meaningful results. The difference between dreaming and achieving lies in one simple yet powerful act: clarity. Let's be honest, most people set vague goals at best. They say things like, I want to be happier, I need more money, or I wish I had more time. While these desires are valid, they lack precision. How will you measure happiness? What specific steps will bring in more income? When exactly will you carve out that extra time? Vague goals produce vague outcomes. On the other hand, when you define what you want with laser-like focus, you activate something incredible within yourself: determination. Clarity ignites action because it gives your mind a target to aim for. Setting bold goals is about daring to dream bigger than you ever have before. It's about pushing past the limits society, fear, or even self-doubt may have placed on you. Ask yourself, what would I go after if I knew I couldn't fail? Who would I become if there were no ceilings holding me back? These questions aren't just hypothetical. They're tools to help you uncover your true potential. Your dreams should excite you, scare you, and challenge you all at once. Because the truth is, growth happens outside your comfort zone, and bold goals demand courage. But here's where many people trip up. They confuse big goals with unrealistic ones. There's a fine line between ambition and fantasy. A bold goal isn't about wishing for miracles. It's about breaking down massive aspirations into actionable steps. For example, if your goal is to start a business, don't just stop at the idea. Map out the skills you need to learn, the resources you'll require, and the timeline you'll follow. Each small milestone builds momentum, keeping you motivated along the way. Progress fuels passion, and passion drives persistence. That's how seemingly impossible dreams turn into reality. Another critical element of goal setting is alignment. Are your goals truly yours, or are they shaped by external expectations? Society often tells us what we should want: a certain job title, a specific lifestyle, or approval from others. But living someone else's dream won't fulfill you. Take a moment to reflect. Do these goals resonate with your deepest values? Do they ignite a fire inside you? Authenticity matters because only goals rooted in your true self will sustain you through challenges. When your vision aligns with your core, obstacles feel less like barriers and more like tests of your resolve. Finally, let's talk about accountability. Writing down your goals is powerful, but sharing them amplifies their impact. Tell someone you trust, a friend, mentor, or family member who will hold you accountable. Better yet, surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you to keep moving forward. Accountability creates commitment, and commitment breeds consistency. Remember, progress doesn't happen overnight. It's built through daily discipline, showing up even when motivation wanes. Every step you take brings you closer to the life you envision. So pause for a moment and think. Where do you want to be 6 months from now? A year? 5 years? Picture it vividly. The details, the emotions, the sense of accomplishment. Now write it down, make it real. Let that vision pull you forward, guiding every decision you make. Setting clear, bold goals transforms ambiguity into purpose, drifting into direction. You owe it to yourself to chase a future that excites you, one step at a time. After all, the life you desire begins with the goals you dare to set. Cultivate daily discipline. Now that you've set bold, clear goals, let's talk about the engine that will drive you toward them. Daily discipline. Here's the truth. Motivation is fleeting. It comes in waves, lifting you up one day and abandoning you the next. But discipline is constant. It's the steady hand that keeps you moving forward even when inspiration feels miles away. And if you want to dramatically improve your life, mastering discipline isn't optional. It's essential. Think about it this way. Success isn't reserved for the most talented or the luckiest. It belongs to those who show up consistently. Talent might give you a head start, but discipline wins the race. Why? Because greatness is built through repetition. Small actions done over and over again create habits, and habits shape your destiny. Whether it's waking up early, practicing gratitude, honing a skill, or working toward a goal, discipline turns effort into results. The secret lies not in doing extraordinary things occasionally, but in doing ordinary things extraordinarily well. But here's where many people struggle. They confuse discipline with they see it as forcing themselves to do something they hate, gritting their teeth until they cross some imaginary finish line. That's not discipline, that's punishment. True discipline is rooted in purpose. When you connect your daily actions to a deeper why, showing up becomes easier. Ask yourself, what am I working toward? Who will I become in the process? When you align your efforts with your vision, discipline stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like an investment in your future self. Let's break it down further. Building discipline requires structure, not perfection. Start by identifying the non-negotiables, the few key actions that will move you closer to your goals every single day. Maybe it's writing for 10 minutes, exercising for 20, or dedicating time to learn something new. Keep it simple. Focus on consistency over intensity. Progress doesn't demand hours of effort. It demands regularity. Even 5 minutes a day, done without fail, can compound into massive change over time. Remember, momentum builds gradually. Trust the process and watch how small steps lead to giant leaps. Another powerful aspect of discipline is its ability to rewire your mindset. Every time you follow through on a commitment, no matter how small, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. This builds confidence, a quiet belief in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Over time, this confidence spills into other areas of your life, creating a ripple effect of growth. You begin to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to test your resilience. Discipline strengthens not just your actions, but also your character. However, cultivating discipline isn't without its struggles. There will be days when distractions pull at you, when doubt whispers that skipping just once won't hurt. And honestly, missing a day won't derail you, but giving in to excuses too often will. That's why accountability matters. Surround yourself with reminders of your goals, write them down, post them where you'll see them daily, or share them with someone who believes in you. Having external support reinforces your internal resolve, helping you stay on track even when motivation falters. Ultimately, discipline is freedom disguised as effort. It frees you from the guilt of procrastination, the anxiety of missed opportunities, and the frustration of unfulfilled potential. When you commit to showing up every day, you take control of your life. You stop leaving your dreams to chance and start building them brick by brick. Discipline transforms chaos into clarity, uncertainty into certainty, and effort into achievement. So ask yourself, what are you willing to commit to today? What action, no matter how small, will bring you closer to the life you envision? Remember, success isn't about grand gestures, it's about relentless consistency. Show up, stay focused, and trust the journey. Because every disciplined step you take is a vote for the person you're becoming. And that person, they're worth every ounce of effort. Surround yourself with positivity now that you've embraced discipline as the backbone of your progress. Let's talk about another crucial element: the people and energy around you. You've probably heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's more than just a catchy phrase, it's a psychological truth. The environment you immerse yourself in shapes your thoughts, fuels your emotions, and influences your actions. If you want to dramatically improve your life, it's time to take a hard look at who and what you allow into your world. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how being around certain people makes you feel lighter, more motivated, and ready to conquer the day? On the flip side, have you ever walked away from someone feeling drained, discouraged, or even doubting yourself? That's the power of energy. Humans are wired to absorb the vibes of those around us, whether we realize it or not. Negativity is contagious, but so is positivity. The question is, which one are you feeding? Here's the reality. Toxic environments and negative influences can sabotage even the strongest intentions, no matter how disciplined or clear your goals may be. Constant exposure to pessimism will weigh you down. It's like trying to grow a garden in poor soil. No amount of effort will yield results if the foundation isn't right. So ask yourself, are the people in your life lifting you higher or holding you back? Do they inspire you to dream bigger, push harder, and become better? Or do they keep you stuck in old patterns and limiting beliefs? Building a positive circle starts with intentionality. Seek out people who challenge you to grow, who celebrate your wins, and who encourage you when you stumble. These are the individuals who see potential in you, even when you struggle to see it in yourself. They remind you of your strength on days when self-doubt creeps in. And here's the beautiful part. Surrounding yourself with uplifting people doesn't just benefit you. It creates a ripple effect. When you're inspired, you inspire others. Positivity spreads, lighting up everyone it touches. But it's not just about the people, it's also about the content you consume and the spaces you occupy. What books are you reading? What podcasts are you listening to? What social media feeds are you scrolling through? Every piece of information you take in plants a seed in your mind. If those seeds are rooted in negativity, fear, or comparison, they'll grow into weeds that choke your progress. Instead, choose to surround yourself with messages of hope, growth, and possibility. Fill your mental space with ideas that stretch your thinking and fuel your ambition. Let's talk about boundaries for a moment. Creating a positive environment often means saying no to what drains you. This could mean distancing yourself from relationships that no longer serve you, muting accounts that make you feel inadequate, or stepping away from situations that breed stress and negativity. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's self-preservation. Protecting your energy allows you to focus on what truly matters, building a life aligned with your highest values. Another powerful way to cultivate positivity is by becoming a source of light yourself. Smile more, listen deeply, and offer encouragement freely. Celebrate others' successes without envy, knowing there's enough abundance for everyone. By radiating kindness and optimism, you attract similar energy into your life. Like attracts like. It's a universal law. When you lead with positivity, you naturally draw in people and opportunities that elevate you. Ultimately, your environment is a reflection of your priorities. If you want to live a life filled with purpose, joy, and fulfillment, you must curate an atmosphere that supports those desires. Surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams, resources that fuel your growth, and energy that uplifts your spirit. Because the truth is, you can't soar to new heights while tethered to weights that hold you down. So take a moment to reflect. Who and what are you allowing into your inner circle? Are they helping you rise, or are they keeping you grounded? Remember, your journey toward improvement begins with the company you keep. and the energy you create. Choose wisely, because every relationship, habit, and influence shapes the masterpiece of your life. Learn to manage stress now that you've surrounded yourself with positivity. Let's tackle something that affects us all but often goes unaddressed: stress. It's a silent force that creeps into our lives, shaping how we think, feel, and act, whether we realize it or not. Left unchecked, stress can cloud your mind, drain your energy, and sabotage even the best laid plans. But here's the empowering truth: stress doesn't have to control you. With the right tools, you can transform it from an enemy into an ally, a signal guiding you toward balance and resilience. Let's start by understanding what stress really is. At its core, stress is your body's response to challenges or demands. In small doses, it can actually be helpful. It sharpens focus, boosts motivation, and prepares you for action. Think of it as a spark plug firing up your engine. The problem arises when that spark becomes a constant flame, burning through your mental and physical resources without relief. Chronic stress doesn't just wear you down, it keeps you from showing up as the best version of yourself. The key to managing stress lies in recognizing its triggers. What situations make your heart race, your thoughts scatter, or your patience thin? For some, it's overwhelming workloads. For others, it's personal conflicts or financial pressures. Whatever the source, awareness is the first step toward regaining control. Once you identify what sets off your stress, you can create strategies to address it before it spirals out of hand. This isn't about avoiding challenges, it's about equipping yourself to face them with calmness and clarity. One of the most effective ways to manage stress is through mindfulness. Mindfulness simply means being present in the moment, fully aware of your thoughts and feelings without judgment. When stress hits, your mind tends to race ahead, imagining worst-case scenarios or replaying past mistakes. Practicing mindfulness pulls you back to the here and now, grounding you in reality. Try this. Take a deep breath in, hold it for a few seconds, then exhale slowly. Feel the air filling your lungs, then leaving your body. Repeat this process a few times. Notice how your heartbeat slows, your muscles relax, and your mind clears. These moments of stillness are like pressing reset on your nervous system. Another powerful tool is learning to reframe your perspective. Stress often feels unbearable because we view it as something negative, something to escape. But what if you saw it differently? What if stress was a sign that you're growing, stretching beyond your comfort zone, and stepping into new territory? Studies show that people who view stress as a challenge rather than a threat perform better under pressure and experience fewer harmful effects. By shifting your mindset, you can turn stress into fuel for progress instead of a barrier to it. Of course, managing stress also requires practical steps. Prioritize rest. Your body and mind need time to recharge. Set boundaries to protect your time and energy, whether it's saying no to unnecessary commitments or carving out space for self-care. And don't underestimate the power of movement. Physical activity, even something as simple as a walk outside, releases endorphins that naturally combat stress. Movement reminds your body that it's capable, strong, and alive, counteracting the weight of tension. Finally, remember that managing stress isn't about eliminating it entirely. It's about finding harmony. Life will always bring challenges, but how you respond determines their impact. When you learn to navigate stress with grace and intention, you unlock a deeper sense of peace and resilience. You stop letting external circumstances dictate your internal state. Instead, you become the master of your emotions, choosing calm over chaos, clarity over confusion. So ask yourself, how am I handling the stress in my life right now? Am I allowing it to overwhelm me, or am I using it as a catalyst for growth? Remember, stress is inevitable, but suffering isn't. With the right mindset and tools, you can rise above it, turning obstacles into opportunities. Breathe deeply, stay grounded, and trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Because within every moment of stress lies the chance to discover just how strong you truly are. Invest in self-improvement now. That you've learned to manage stress and create balance, let's talk about something equally transformative. Investing in yourself. Think about it. What's the one asset you'll always have no matter where life takes you? It's not your job, your possessions, or even your relationships. It's you. The version of yourself you choose to become will determine everything else in your life. And here's the truth. Growth doesn't happen by accident. If you want to dramatically improve your life, you must prioritize self-improvement as a lifelong commitment. Self-improvement isn't just about reading books or attending seminars. It's about expanding your capacity to live fully. Every skill you learn, every insight you gain, and every habit you build adds value not only to your life, but also to the lives of those around you. When you grow, you inspire others to do the same. You become a force of positive change, someone who lifts others up simply by being who you are. But this kind of impact starts with intentionality. It begins when you decide that mediocrity isn't an option, that you deserve more than settling for less. The beauty of self-improvement lies in its accessibility. No matter where you are right now, there are countless ways to grow. Maybe it's picking up a new hobby that sparks joy, enrolling in an online course to sharpen your skills, or dedicating time each day to reflect on what truly matters. The tools are out there. All you need is the willingness to use them. And while the journey may feel daunting at times, remember this: progress compounds. Every small effort you make today creates momentum for tomorrow. Over time, those tiny investments add up to extraordinary results. But here's the catch. Self-improvement requires discomfort. Growth happens when you step outside your comfort zone, when you challenge yourself to try something unfamiliar or confront a limiting belief. It's easy to stay where you are, to keep doing what feels safe and predictable, but safety doesn't lead to greatness. Greatness comes from taking risks, asking tough questions, and embracing the uncertainty of change. So ask yourself, what areas of my life am I avoiding because they scare me? What skills could I develop if I were willing to push past fear? Another powerful aspect of self-improvement is curiosity. Curiosity keeps you hungry for knowledge, open to new ideas, and eager to explore possibilities. Instead of assuming you already know enough, approach life with a beginner's mindset. Ask questions, seek feedback. Be willing to admit when you don't have all the answers. This humility is what separates those who plateau from those who continue climbing higher. Remember, the moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing. Let's also address a common misconception. Self-improvement isn't selfish. Far from it. When you invest in yourself, you're better equipped to serve others. You bring more energy, empathy, and creativity into your relationships and responsibilities. Whether it's excelling in your career, nurturing your loved ones, or contributing to your community, personal growth amplifies your ability to make a difference. Taking care of yourself isn't indulgent. It's essential. You can't pour from an empty cup, and filling yours first allows you to give generously without burning out. Finally, let's talk about consistency. Self-improvement isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It's not about dramatic overhauls or overnight transformations, it's about showing up daily, even in small ways. Commit to one thing each day that moves you closer to the person you want to become. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Spend 10 minutes practicing mindfulness. Read 5 pages of a book. These little actions might seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they shape your character, expand your perspective, and elevate your potential. So take a moment to reflect. How are you investing in yourself today? Are you actively seeking ways to grow? Or are you coasting on autopilot? Remember, the greatest gift you can give yourself and the world is the commitment to becoming the best version of you. Growth is a choice, and every choice builds the legacy you leave behind. Choose wisely, because the person you're becoming is worth every ounce of effort. Practice gratitude daily. Now that you've committed to investing in yourself, let's explore a practice that has the power to transform your mindset and elevate your entire outlook on life. Gratitude. It's simple yet profound. A tool so accessible that anyone can use it, yet so powerful that it rewires the way you experience the world. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you or counting blessings. It's about shifting your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. And when you do this consistently, something remarkable happens. You start seeing beauty in places you never noticed before. Think about it. How often do you find yourself caught up in the hustle of daily life, fixated on what's missing? Maybe it's the promotion you haven't gotten yet, the relationship you're striving to improve, or the dream that feels just out of reach. While these aspirations are important, focusing solely on what's absent blinds you to the treasures already present in your life. Gratitude flips the script. Instead of dwelling on scarcity, it trains your mind to recognize abundance. And here's the magic. Abundance attracts more abundance. When you appreciate what you have, you create space for even greater things to flow into your life. The science behind gratitude is undeniable. Studies show that practicing gratitude lowers stress, boosts happiness, and strengthens resilience. It activates the brain's reward system, releasing feel-good chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. But beyond the biology, gratitude changes the narrative you tell yourself. It reminds you that no matter how tough things get, there's always something to be thankful for. Even if it's as simple as a sunrise, a kind word, or a moment of peace, these small acknowledgments accumulate, building a foundation of positivity that supports you through life's ups and downs. So how do you make gratitude a daily habit? Start by setting aside time each day to reflect. It can be in the morning as you prepare for the day ahead, or at night as you wind down. Write down 3 things you're grateful for, big or small. They don't have to be monumental achievements. Sometimes it's the little things that carry the most weight. A warm cup of coffee, a supportive friend, or even the fact that you woke up today. All of these are worth celebrating. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, training your brain to scan for the good instead of the bad. But here's where gratitude gets deeper. It's not just about listing things. It's about feeling them. Take a moment to truly connect with each item on your list. Why are you grateful for it? How does it enrich your life? For example, if you're thankful for your family, think about the laughter you share, the support they offer, or the memories you've created together. When you attach emotion to gratitude, it becomes more than an exercise. It becomes a mindset. You begin to see challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities wrapped in disguise, knowing that every experience has something to teach you. Another powerful aspect of gratitude is its ability to strengthen relationships. When you express appreciation for others, you deepen your connection with them. Whether it's thanking a colleague for their help, telling a loved one how much they mean to you, or simply acknowledging someone's effort, gratitude fosters trust and mutual respect. It reminds people that they matter, and in turn, it makes you feel more connected to the world around you. Gratitude bridges gaps, mends wounds, and creates bonds that last a lifetime. Finally, remember this. Gratitude doesn't deny struggle. It transcends it. Life will always have its challenges, but gratitude gives you the strength to face them with grace. It shifts your perspective, helping you see that even in the darkest moments, there's light waiting to be found. By choosing gratitude, you reclaim your power over circumstances that might otherwise overwhelm you. You remind yourself that while you can't control everything, you can control how you respond, and that makes all the difference. So ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? Who or what brings meaning to my life, even in small ways? Make gratitude a ritual, a cornerstone of your day. Let it fill your heart with joy, your mind with hope, and your spirit with resilience. Because when you practice gratitude daily, you don't just change how you live, you change how you feel about living. And that, my friend, is where true transformation begins. Prioritize physical health now that you've embraced gratitude as a way to nurture your spirit. Let's turn our attention to another cornerstone of a fulfilling life, your physical health. Your body is more than just a vessel. It's the foundation upon which everything else is built. Without energy, strength, and vitality, even the best intentions can fall flat. Think about it. How can you chase your dreams, build meaningful relationships, or show up as your best self if you're constantly tired, sluggish, or unwell? Prioritizing your physical health isn't selfish, it's essential. It's the ultimate act of self-respect, a declaration that you value yourself enough to take care of the one thing you'll always have, your body. Let's be clear. Physical health isn't just about looking good. It's about feeling unstoppable. When you fuel your body with nutritious food, move it regularly, and give it the rest it needs, you unlock a level of energy and focus that transforms every area of your life. Imagine waking up each day with clarity, stamina, and a sense of readiness to tackle whatever comes your way. That's the power of prioritizing your health. It's not about perfection or rigid rules. It's about making choices that honor your body and align with your goals. Start with nutrition, the fuel that powers your days. What you eat directly impacts how you feel, both physically and mentally. Processed foods, excessive sugar, and empty calories might provide quick bursts of energy, but they leave you crashing soon after. On the other hand, whole foods like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats nourish your body from the inside out. They sustain your energy, sharpen your mind, and support long-term well-being. Remember, every bite you take is either an investment in your health or a withdrawal from it. Choose wisely. Movement is another non-negotiable pillar of physical health. Exercise isn't punishment for what you ate, it's celebration of what your body can do. Whether it's lifting weights, running, dancing, or simply taking a walk in nature, movement boosts your mood, strengthens your muscles, and improves your overall resilience. And here's the best part. You don't need hours at the gym to reap the benefits. Even 20 minutes of intentional activity can elevate your energy levels and clear your mind. The key is consistency, not intensity. Find something you enjoy and make it a regular part of your routine. Sleep is where the magic truly happens. While rest might seem passive, it's actually when your body repairs itself, processes emotions, and prepares for the next day. Chronic sleep deprivation doesn't just leave you groggy. It impairs your decision-making, weakens your immune system, and increases stress. Yet so many people sacrifice sleep in pursuit of productivity, not realizing they're sabotaging their own potential. Prioritizing quality sleep isn't lazy, it's strategic. Create a bedtime ritual, limit screen time before bed, and give yourself permission to rest fully. You'll wake up sharper, stronger, and ready to conquer the day. But here's the deeper truth. Taking care of your physical health sends a powerful message to yourself and the world. It says, I am worth the effort. When you prioritize your well-being, you set a standard for how others treat you and how you treat yourself. You begin to see your body not as an obstacle to overcome, but as a partner in your journey. This shift in perspective changes everything. Suddenly, self-care becomes non-negotiable and excuses fade away because you know what's at stake, your ability to live fully. Finally, remember that small habits create big results. Drinking more water, stretching for 5 minutes, or swapping soda for herbal tea might seem insignificant, but over time, these choices compound. They add up to a healthier, happier you. Progress isn't measured in grand gestures. It's found in the daily decisions that honor your body and fuel your purpose. So, ask yourself, how am I showing up for my physical health today? Am I giving my body the care it deserves, or am I neglecting it in favor of short-term convenience? Remember, your body is the vehicle for your dreams. Treat it with love, respect, and intentionality, and it will carry you farther than you ever thought possible. Because when you prioritize your health, you're not just investing in your body, you're investing in your future, and that future starts now. Embrace failure as growth now that you've committed to prioritizing your physical health. Let's talk about a truth that can either hold you back or propel you forward. Failure. It's one of the most misunderstood concepts in life. Too often we see failure as something to fear, avoid, or be ashamed of. But here's the reality. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a vital part of it. Every setback, every misstep, every moment where things didn't go as planned is an opportunity in disguise. When you learn to embrace failure, you unlock a level of resilience and wisdom that nothing else can teach. Think about the greatest achievements in history. Behind every triumph lies countless failures. Inventors, artists, entrepreneurs, they all faced rejection, mistakes, and moments of doubt. What set them apart wasn't their ability to avoid failure, but their willingness to rise after each fall. They understood that failure isn't fatal. It's feedback. It's information that tells you what doesn't work so you can pivot, adapt, and grow stronger. The question isn't whether you'll fail, it's how you'll respond when you do. Will you let it define you, or will you use it to redefine yourself? Here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Failure isn't a reflection of your worth, it's proof that you're trying. Staying safe, playing small, and avoiding risk might protect you from failure, but it also robs you of growth. Growth happens when you step into the unknown, take bold action, and accept that not every attempt will succeed. Each failure is a stepping stone, teaching you lessons that no book, mentor, or seminar ever could. These lessons are priceless because they come from experience, the kind of knowledge that sticks with you for life. But embracing failure doesn't mean ignoring disappointment or pretending it doesn't sting. It's okay to feel frustrated, discouraged, or even defeated in the moment. Those emotions are human, and they remind you that you care deeply about what you're pursuing. The key is not to let those feelings linger too long. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to improve? Every failure carries a hidden gift, a lesson, a new perspective, or a chance to recalibrate your approach. When you reframe failure as a teacher rather than an enemy, it loses its power to intimidate you. Another powerful aspect of failure is its ability to build character. Each time you face adversity and keep moving forward, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. You develop grit, the determination to persevere despite obstacles, and courage, the willingness to try again even when success feels uncertain. These qualities don't just help you overcome challenges, they shape who you become. Over time, failure stops feeling like a threat and starts feeling like a test, one you're confident you can pass. It's also important to recognize that failure isn't permanent unless you decide it is. Life gives you endless chances to start over, adjust your course, and try again. The only way failure becomes final is if you stop taking action. So, instead of seeing failure as the end of the road, view it as a detour, a redirection leading you closer to where you're meant to be. Trust that every twist and turn has purpose, even if you can't see it right now. Sometimes, the greatest successes emerge from the hardest struggles. Finally, remember this: failing doesn't make you a failure, it makes you human. Everyone stumbles at some point. The difference lies in whether you allow setbacks to stop you or inspire you to keep going. By embracing failure as part of your journey, you free yourself from the pressure of perfection. You give yourself permission to experiment, to take risks, and to dream bigger without fear of falling short. Because at the end of the day, it's not about never failing. It's about never giving up. So ask yourself, how am I viewing my failures? Am I letting them hold me back? Or am I using them to fuel my growth? Remember, the path to success isn't a straight line. It's full of ups, downs, and unexpected turns. And every step, no matter how difficult, brings you closer to the person you're meant to become. Embrace failure as your ally and watch how it transforms not just your results, but your entire outlook on life. Because on the other side of failure lies greatness, and you were born to achieve it. Recap: you hold the power now. Let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've uncovered so far. Each step you've explored, mastering your mindset, taking ownership of your life, setting bold goals, cultivating discipline, surrounding yourself with positivity, managing stress, investing in self-improvement, practicing gratitude, prioritizing physical health, and embracing failure, has been a piece of the puzzle. Together, they form a complete picture of transformation. But here's the most important truth: none of these strategies work unless you believe in one thing. You hold the power to change your life. You are not a passive observer in your story. You are the writer, the director, and the lead actor. Every decision you make shapes the narrative of who you are and who you're becoming. The tools and insights you've gained today are just that, tools. They're only as powerful as the hands that wield them, and those hands belong to you. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the weight of responsibility, but remember this: with great power comes even greater opportunity. You have everything you need within you to create the life you desire. Let's revisit why each step matters. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world. It determines whether you view challenges as threats or opportunities. Taking ownership puts you in the driver's seat, freeing you from blame and excuses. Bold goals give you direction, while discipline ensures steady progress. Positivity fuels your energy, and stress management keeps you balanced. Self-improvement expands your potential, gratitude shifts your focus to abundance, and physical health gives you the strength to pursue it all. Even failure, when embraced, becomes a teacher guiding you toward success. These aren't separate elements, they're interconnected threads, weaving together the fabric of your life. But knowledge alone isn't enough. Understanding these principles is just the beginning. The real magic happens when you put them into action. Transformation doesn't come from thinking about change. It comes from doing what needs to be done day after day until new habits replace old patterns. It's about consistency over intensity. Small, deliberate actions compound over time, creating results far beyond what you could imagine. Progress might feel slow at times, but don't mistake patience for stagnation. Growth often happens beneath the surface, unseen until it bursts forth in full bloom. Here's the beauty of this journey. It's uniquely yours. No one else can live your life for you, and no one else can fulfill your purpose. That's both a gift and a responsibility. When you wake up each morning, remind yourself that today is another chance to move closer to the person you want to become. Celebrate the wins, learn from the losses, and keep showing up. Because every effort counts, no matter how small it may seem in the moment. Remember this, you are capable of more than you think. Doubt will creep in, it always does, but don't let it dictate your path. Trust in your ability to adapt, grow, and overcome. You've already proven your strength simply by reading this far, by choosing to invest in yourself. That choice matters. It shows that you're ready to rise, to take control, and to build a future worth fighting for. So as we wrap up this part of the journey, carry this thought with you. The life you want isn't out of reach. It's waiting for you to claim it. Ask yourself right now, what's one thing I can do today to honor the work I've put in? How will I take what I've learned and turn it into action? Remember, the power to transform your life is in your hands. Use it wisely, because the best version of you is worth every ounce of effort. Keep going. You're closer than you think. Call to action now that you've been reminded of the immense power within you. Let's talk about what comes next. Action. Inspiration without execution is like a car with no fuel. It might look great on the outside, but it won't go anywhere. The time for thinking, planning, and dreaming is over. This is the moment to step into motion. Because here's the truth. Tomorrow isn't promised, and waiting for the perfect moment only delays your progress. If you want to dramatically improve your life, there's no better time than right now. Think about it. What's stopping you from taking the first step? Is it fear, doubt, overwhelm? Whatever it is, acknowledge it, but don't let it control you. Progress doesn't require perfection. It requires movement. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. In fact, trying to do too much at once often leads to burnout or giving up entirely. Instead, focus on one small, manageable action you can take today. It could be as simple as writing down a single goal, reaching out to someone who inspires you, or committing to a 5-minute habit that aligns with your vision. Momentum builds slowly, but once it starts, it becomes unstoppable. Here's why starting today matters more than you realize. Every decision creates a ripple effect. That one small choice to act instead of hesitate sets off a chain reaction. It shifts your mindset from passive to active, from waiting to creating. And as you continue to take consistent steps, those ripples grow into waves of transformation. Before you know it, the person you're becoming starts to feel unrecognizable compared to who you were just weeks or months ago. But none of that happens unless you begin. So ask yourself, what's one thing I can do today to prove to myself that I'm ready to change? Let's make this practical. Look back at everything we've covered so far. Which idea resonated with you the most? Was it the importance of gratitude, the need for discipline, or the courage to embrace failure? Whatever spoke to your heart. That's your starting point. Pick one area and commit to improving it, even in a small way. Maybe it's setting aside 10 minutes each morning to reflect on what you're grateful for. Or perhaps it's replacing one unhealthy habit with something nourishing, like drinking water instead of soda. These tiny changes may seem insignificant at first, but they lay the foundation for lasting growth. And don't forget, the journey isn't meant to be traveled alone. Share your commitment with someone who believes in you. Tell them your goal, no matter how small, and invite them to hold you accountable. Accountability amplifies determination. When you voice your intentions to another person, you make them real, not just ideas floating around in your mind. Plus, having someone cheer you on during tough moments makes all the difference. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you, and watch how much easier it becomes to stay focused. Finally, remember this. Success isn't about doing everything perfectly, it's about showing up consistently. Some days will feel harder than others, and that's okay. Growth isn't linear, and setbacks are part of the process. What matters most is your willingness to keep moving forward, even when the path feels uncertain. Trust that every effort counts, no matter how small. Every step brings you closer to the life you envision. And if you ever doubt yourself, come back to this moment. Remember why you started and let that fire reignite your drive. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one action, just one, and take it today. Don't wait for motivation to strike or conditions to align. Create the momentum yourself. Because deep down, you already know the truth. You are capable of extraordinary things. All it takes is one step, one decision, one moment of courage to set the wheels in motion. The future you've been dreaming of is closer than you think. Now, go claim it. Your journey starts today. Believe in your potential. As we come to the end of this journey together, I want you to pause for a moment and let one powerful truth sink in. You are limitless. The dreams you've been carrying, the goals you've been chasing, the person you've been striving to become, they're all within your reach. But here's the key. Believing in your potential is what makes it possible. Without belief, even the clearest path can feel impossible to walk. With belief, even the steepest climb becomes surmountable. Think about the people who inspire you, the ones who seem unstoppable, unshakable, larger than life. What sets them apart isn't some secret talent or advantage. It's their unwavering faith in themselves. They know that setbacks don't define them, doubts don't control them, and fear doesn't stop them. And guess what? That same power lives inside you. It always has. You just need to trust it. Trust that you're stronger than your struggles, wiser than your fears, and braver than you feel right now. Believing in yourself doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything will be easy. Life will test you, it always does, but every challenge is an opportunity to prove just how resilient you are. When you face adversity with confidence, you send a message to the universe and to yourself. I am capable, I am worthy, I am enough. This mindset doesn't just carry you through tough times, it propels you toward greatness. Because when you believe in your ability to overcome, nothing can stand in your way. Here's something else to hold on to. Growth is infinite. There's no ceiling on how far you can go or how much you can achieve. Every skill you learn, every obstacle you conquer, and every dream you realize opens the door to new possibilities. The more you grow, the more you discover about yourself, and the more you see just how boundless your potential truly is. So don't ever settle for good enough. Keep reaching, keep stretching, and keep evolving. Your best self is always ahead of you, waiting to be uncovered. Now, as we close this chapter, I want to leave you with a final thought. The life you desire begins with the thoughts you choose to believe. If you tell yourself you can, you will find a way. If you tell yourself you can't, you'll find excuses. Which voice will you listen to? The choice is yours, and it's the most important decision you'll make today. Choose to believe in your ability to rise, to shine, to create a life that fills you with pride and purpose. Remember, transformation starts with a single step, but it continues with relentless belief. Every time you doubt yourself, remind yourself of how far you've already come. Every time you feel like giving up, lean into the vision of the future you're building. And every time you succeed, no matter how small, celebrate it. These moments of victory aren't just milestones. They're proof that you're capable of more than you imagined. So, as you move forward, carry this spark of belief with you. Let it guide your actions, fuel your determination, and light your path. The world needs what only you can offer. Your unique gifts, your perspective, your passion. Don't hold back. Step into your power, embrace your potential, and show up fully as the incredible person you were born to be. Because the truth is, you weren't put here to play small. You were made to soar. Take a deep breath, smile, and remind yourself, you've got this. The life you want isn't just a dream, it's your destiny. Now go out there and claim it. Your future is waiting, and it's brighter than you can imagine.